We grow up believing that happiness is something we reach, a reward for hard work, a destination after the struggle. We chase grades, titles, relationships, achievements, thinking each one will finally bring peace. But what if that's not how it works? What if happiness isn't found at the top of the mountain but in how we choose to climb it? What if it's not something we find but something we carry, right here, right now? We've all said it. I'll be happy when I get the job, when I move out, when I find the right person, when I lose the weight, when things make sense. And for a moment, yes, it feels like happiness. But then comes the quiet, the next craving, the next milestone. The finish line moves, again and again and again. Happiness becomes a horizon you never reach, a carrot dangled just far enough to keep you running, never arriving. And in the process, you miss what's around you. You miss the moments you prayed for. The moments you used to dream of now blur into the background noise of a life that never feels like enough. You wait for permission to feel joy. You postpone your peace until conditions are perfect. But what if happiness doesn't work like that? What if joy isn't a reward, but a practice, a skill, a presence? Not the end of the road, but the way you walk it? Because the truth is, joy can only exist in the present. It doesn't live in someday. It doesn't wait until the bills are paid or your heart is healed or you be proven your worth. It's in the way you pause for breath, the way the sunlight touches your face, the way someone says your name with love, even in sadness, even in grief. There can be a moment, a glimpse of beauty, of warmth, of being. The only place happiness ever actually lives is here, in this breath, in this moment. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, now. And when you realize that, the chase loses its grip. You stop looking ahead for your peace and start noticing it in the smallest details, in the way you stir your tea, in the sound of the trees, in the silence between words. Life is happening, and you're allowed to feel it, not just when it's picture perfect, but when it's messy, confusing, real. The art of joy is not waiting for life to be different. It is learning how to walk with presence through exactly how it is, not controlling every outcome, not measuring every step against someone else's journey. Just showing up, just breathing, just being. Because maybe joy was never at the finish line. Maybe it was always in the way you move, the way you notice, the way you let yourself be human along the way. The climb becomes lighter when you stop gripping the outcome, when you stop trying to earn rest, love, or worth, as if they're trophies you must win. Presence asks you to trade pressure for awareness, to notice instead of chase, to soften instead of prove. It shows up in quiet ways, in how you sip your morning coffee instead of rushing through it, in the way you listen without needing to fix, in the way you let a moment be enough. And the truth is, the more we try to control our lives, the less we actually feel them. Control creates tension. It puts us in our heads, constantly calculating what's next, what's right, what's wrong. But presence drops us into the body, into the breath, into this step, this word, this now. Real peace comes not from having it all figured out, but from being okay with not knowing, with trusting yourself enough to move forward anyway. We've been told that success means climbing higher, getting more, doing faster. But what if we redefined success? What if it wasn't about achievement, but alignment? Not about how much you accomplish, but how fully you experience what you do. What if success was measured by how deeply you feel alive while living it? How much of your own life you're actually here for? And what if that started by paying attention to the small things? Joy isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a breeze through the window, a quiet, thank you, a moment of calm in the middle of chaos. These are not distractions from life. They are life. Gratitude becomes your anchor, not a list of things to be thankful for someday, but an active noticing of what is already here, what already supports you, what already warms you, holds you, meets you. Forgiveness becomes your compass. Forgiveness for the delay, for the detours, for the versions of you who didn't know better yet, because you don't. You don't need to arrive anywhere else to feel whole. You don't need to be better, faster, wiser to be worthy of the moment you're in. Wholeness isn't a destination. It's a choice, a practice, a gentle remembering that you are already enough, that you've always been. It's messy. It's human. Some days you forget. Some days you fall back into chasing, comparing, controlling. That's okay. Come back. Again and again. Come back to your breath. You don't need to master it. You just need to remember it. Joy lives in motion, in how you soften your grip, but not your hope. Keep walking. Let it be enough. There's a quiet kind of strength in choosing to be gentle with yourself while the world tells you to push harder. But maybe the real rebellion is choosing to feel, choosing to pause, choosing to live fully awake to your own experience. You don't need to rush toward happiness like it's hiding from you. It's not. It's not waiting at the end of your goals or behind your next achievement, the way your chest rises with breath, the way your shoulders finally drop, the sound of laughter in another room, the way the wind moves through trees like it knows something you don't. This is your life. Not the highlight reel, not the imagined future, but this breath, this body, this moment. And no matter how much your mind tries to pull you forward or backward, you can always return. For knowing and not knowing. For the sacred rhythm of both. Maybe it's to realize you were never broken in the first place, that you don't have to become anything else to begin feeling whole. That the pieces of you you've tried to hide are not flaws, but fingerprints, proof that you've lived, felt, survived. Happiness is not a mask you put on once everything looks perfect. It's a relationship with life as it is. When you stop trying to be constantly okay, and instead let yourself be real, you make space for a deeper kind of joy, the kind that isn't based on circumstance but connection. To yourself, to others, to the moment you're in. Start small. You don't need to transform your whole life overnight. Just begin by noticing one breath, one sip, one smile you didn't expect, the way your heart softens at a memory, or your lips curve without planning to. Let those moments matter. Let them add up. From choosing to be where you are, again and again, until it feels like home. You don't need to chase joy down the road. It's already walking beside you, waiting for you to notice, waiting for you to stop measuring your life by how far you've come and start feeling it by how fully you're here. In the quiet, in the pause, in the now. You don't need a breakthrough moment to begin. You don't need everything to align, the timing to be perfect, or the healing to be complete. You just need to begin noticing what's already here. The rhythm of your day that you've stopped feeling. Practicing joy in motion means being willing to feel, even when it's inconvenient, even when it hurts. It means forgiving yourself for how long you waited to choose softness. It's not about chasing high-vibration bliss or living in constant gratitude. It's about showing up honestly with whatever you have. Some days that's strength, and that's enough. Gentleness is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's knowing you cannot control every wave, but you can learn to float. It's choosing not to punish yourself for being human. It's speaking to yourself with kindness, especially when you feel most undeserving of it. It's remembering that peace doesn't come from perfection. It comes from presence, from being with what is, rather than constantly trying to escape or improve it. True joy doesn't always look like a smile. Sometimes it's quiet acceptance. Sometimes it's the way you keep going, even with tired hands and a tender heart. It's the moment you realize you're still standing, still breathing, still open to beauty despite it all. That is joy in motion. That is what it means to carry happiness with you, instead of searching for it. You don't have to be someone else, somewhere else. With enough curiosity to ask, what if this moment is enough? Because it can be. Your joy is not waiting in the distance. It's layered into every choice to notice, every pause you give yourself, every time you put your hand over your heart and choose presence over panic. It's a walk through beauty, through pain, through stillness and motion. Every step you take, even the uncertain ones, counts. Let the footprints you leave be soft, real, and yours. Let today be the day you stop waiting to feel whole. You already are. That's where life has always been waiting for you.